Howdy. So at this point, we hope that you've had a chance to review some of the sessions prior to this one, and you have a pretty good idea of who we are in poultry science. But we wanted to dive a little bit deeper and really explore the leadership opportunities and different activities in the department.
So first we're going to tell you a little bit about the Poultry Science Club. They're a recognized student organization on campus and basically specialize in a couple of areas that you'll see here. They do networking with industry, they participate in service projects, and they also host social events. So this club is open to any student on campus. It's not just for students in our major, but primarily the membership is made up of poultry science majors. They have a monthly meeting, so they meet once a month, get together, kind of talk about what's going on, what networking opportunities, what socials and service projects are happening, and then traditionally, they have a speaker at every meeting as well. And so the speaker would be someone from our industry coming in. A lot of times, it's a former student from our department just to talk about what they do in their career path and how they got to where they are now. So again, the Poultry Science Club's a great way to get involved. Some of the small town feel that we talk about often in poultry science really starts and grows through their involvement in the Poultry Science Club. We have a group of 6 officers who are elected every year, and that officer team really is the people who run the club. So you'll notice if you get involved in the club once you get to A&M that myself and Allie and Dr. McElroy and Dr. Farnell serve as advisors. But again, this organization really belongs to the students and to their members. One of the big things that the club does for fundraising throughout the year is they sell poultry science merchandise. So this could be anything, as you see the pictures here, from a little stuffed Gig'em chicken to water bottles, caps, shirts, koozies. They have anything that you could possibly want branded with our department. And so, again, we allow them to sell all of that stuff so that they can help raise money for the programs and events that they do throughout the year. So you are going to be receiving something in the mail, some poultry science swag. We haven't decided quite yet what it is, but you'll be receiving something in the mail as part of being an attendee for the Poultry Institute. But if you're something else that you're interested in, you might want to check out this link. We've got the QR codes here as well, so you can very easily jump online and purchase some of the poultry science swag to add to your collection.
So another way for our students to get involved is through the AGGIE Leadership Council, or as we commonly call it in the department, ALC. This is usually kind of the next level from students who get here and get involved in the club. They kind of tend to take the ALC group as their kind of next step into getting involved. But really, we view these students as our ambassadors for the department. A big part of my job and Lesley's job is to travel and recruit students. So we often take our ALC students with us to help us recruit, or also to different poultry industry networking events. And they kind of get a really interesting let's say, first look at some of the industry people that we bring to campus with kind of more one-on-one interaction with them, and really have some more opportunities to kind of pick their brains about their daily lives and what it's really like to work in the industry. So kind of like I said, through this group, they'll have opportunities through, we have monthly lunch and learns where we bring an industry person to campus to sit and have a very casual lunch with them, and they kind of usually tell us a little bit about their job. Then the students have a chance to ask them more kind of in-depth questions. And then we also usually have a retreat of some sort to where we will do kind of different learning and leadership activities where you might take a strengths quest and figure out what strengths you have, and so we can kind of try to figure out how you might work well with some other people in the group, or really just great things to kind of know as you're preparing for a career too, to know who you might work well with or kind of where your strengths and weaknesses lie. Also, a really great opportunity to build your resume and be a part of something that adds some leadership characteristics to your resume, and kind of get some interview prep as well with being very engaged with industry people, and also myself and Lesley and our other advisors as well. Kind of a unique way to interact with maybe some people that you wouldn't normally interact with on a normal basis. Also, every year, we've had some not great luck the past 2 years, just with kind of some different things, but we normally take the students also on a networking trip, which is where it kind of can vary from different places. I know they've gone to, I think, Missouri in the past, or Colorado, to meet with different poultry or industry-related companies and kind of get to tour their facilities and then kind of pick the brains of the leadership teams of them, those highly sought after companies as well, which also kind of gives them a leg up when it comes to job hunting because they've already met with these people and kind of have a little bit of a relationship, and you could say, oh, hey, I came on a networking trip with you as an ALC member. Now I'm looking for a job. What might you have open? So again, this is kind of just to show you some of the different events that we utilize the Aggie Leadership Council students for. Like I said, we take them to a lot of recruitment events, whether it be the Texas FFA convention, which obviously this year we didn't get to have happen, but maybe some of you guys who are participants in the Institute right now, maybe that's where we met you, and that's kind of what, you speaking to an ALC member is what stood out to you, and that's kind of what persuaded you to get some more information. Normally they'd be a really crucial part of our Poultry Institute for Youth in the live version. Hopefully they're going to be still kind of involved through this virtual process as well. And then they also travel to a lot of the major shows with us, stock shows with us as well. Another really big part of the group is youth education. So they're kind of our go-to people to send to 4-H or FFA meetings, or anybody who really wants to learn a little bit more about poultry science. They kind of go and break down the poultry industry from a little bit more of an understandable basis and relate what they're learning in their classes back to kind of a common consumer.
So one of the other opportunities to become a leader in our department is through our collegiate judging team. And so a lot of you watching may have learned or been exposed to poultry science through the poultry judging CDE, through FFA or 4-H. Basically, this is a way that you can judge at the collegiate level through a contest. So we do have a tradition of championship with our judging team. We have a lot of national championships under our belt through the history of our department. And there are 2 contests that happen a year. So whenever you want to try out for the team, when you make the team, you basically can judge at 2 contests. You can judge at the fall contest, which takes place at the University of Arkansas, and the spring contest, which takes place at LSU. And so there's 2 contests a year, 1 per semester. So we basically have 2 times a year that we can become a national championship, and usually we do. So as part of the selection for the team, we basically do that through a course. So everybody who's in college is taking courses in order to graduate, right? And as part of that, you can take Poultry Science 304, Poultry Judging, as a course. You could either be taking the course for an elective, which it counts towards your GPA and credits for graduation, or you may just be taking the course to try to make the team, which is also fine. Basically, throughout the semester, they will put up classes, and again, we'll have a session on poultry judging for you to learn a little bit more in detail about this. But in order to pick the team, the best people from that class are who make the team and get to travel to the contest. All of your expenses for that travel is covered by the department, and you basically are representing us to win a national championship. And so it's a very popular elective option as well. So let's say you did judge in high school and you're not really interested in the collegiate team, but you just want to take the class. You're more than welcome to. And even if you have no interest at all, in being a member of the team or helping judge in the future, it's a great elective option, a very popular one in our department. But it's important to know that no judging experience is necessary. So we often have students who judged 4 years from high school, maybe be a state champion through the CDE, and get here and don't make the team. And then we also have people who have 0 judging experience, get here and make the team their first semester. So it's very open-minded to who are the best individuals in the class. Those are the kids who are going to make our collegiate team. And so we're very proud of our judging program. Like I said, Dr. Craig Sufall, who's pictured in the graphic below, he is our judging coach right now, and he's going to be doing a separate session where you can learn the ins and outs of what classes are included and some more details of how you can apply it to being an educated consumer.
So lastly, we kind of wanted to touch on the involvement that you can have on a university kind of level. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different things that you can get involved in once you get to A&M. But we kind of wanted to touch on a couple things specifically related to the College of Ag, and some things that you can get involved with just being a prospective student as well. So the first thing is AGGIE Land Saturday, which is open to students of all ages. And we kind of like this event because it's the first chance that we're kind of meeting some students that maybe we wouldn't have met at a stock show or at FFA convention. So for those of you, I think, that maybe don't have a strong poultry background, but you're kind of interested in some of the things that we've talked about, this is a great way to kind of get to know us and then maybe some other departments as well, to kind of figure out how things might work out or what being a poultry science student might look like. So there's the next one will hopefully be in February of 2021, and at each AGGIE Land Saturday we also have a booth set up, usually manned by our ALC students, so you kind of get a student interaction and student take on things, and then also a session too, where we'll kind of go in depth about a lot of the stuff that we covered in the Institute, but kind of recap and give you all the details that you needed to know. Coles Council is the organization that puts on AGGIE Land Saturday, and they are also a huge part of, I think, overall the College of Agriculture kind of leadership team and students kind of running things behind the scenes and putting on events, not only for current students but also prospective students. One thing I do want to point out is we have a student that sits on that council through being a poultry science club officer. So one of the designated officer positions is a Coles Council representative. So that kind of keeps us in tune with everything going on a college level, and then also brings all that information back to our students as far as events and important deadlines and things like that. Lastly is the AGLS Career Fair, and that's something that, again, once you're a student here, you can take advantage of. Happens in the fall and the spring, and it's something that there's poultry companies that go to it, but also if maybe you're a little bit unsure of, hey, I really like poultry science and I really love the opportunities it can give me, but I'm really kind of leaning maybe more towards nutrition and kind of maybe an opportunity maybe with Cargill or some other of the agriculture companies. This gives you an opportunity to go and network with those network with those companies that you may not have a chance to do specifically within the poultry realm of things.
So with that being said, being a leader in our department, there are a lot of opportunities for you to engage and develop those skills. We feel like leadership is a natural thing that happens for a lot of our students at A&M, but for others it may not be. They may not know where to get involved or how to start their leadership journey while at A&M. And so all of the things that we talked about today are easy ways for you to kind of take that first step. Or you could also sit down with Allie and I and just kind of explore it. So you may tell us that you were in, student government in high school, and we may tell you about the government organizations here at A&M. So again, leadership is a big part of being successful in a career. It's a trait that a lot of companies are looking for in somebody they hire. And so, when you get to the end of the day, after 4 years of spending time with us and you maybe haven't done anything in regards to leadership, you're going to have, somebody's going to have the upper hand on you to get that first job. And so part of what we want to do with you while you're here is really develop you as leaders as well, as just your success in the classroom. So we hope that you've learned something new about some of the leadership opportunities within our organization and in the college. If you'd like more information about how to get involved, please let us know. Otherwise, we would absolutely love to see you at AGGIE Land Saturday this spring, as long as we're able to have it. So again, it's never too early to start being a leader on our campus.